Hey everyone, I hope you've had a great day so far and that you're doing well. For this video we'll be going through an unboxing of the high grade 1 to 144 Gundam Barbatarurus, and this was from the Gundam Breaker Battlogue short series, I guess is probably the best description, and this was released by Bandai Spirits back in 2021. So this is the last of the 6 standard retail releases of the Gundam Breaker Battlogue kits. So I've had the Barbatarurus come into my possession recently from Hobbylink Japan, just like the previous video of the Doubler Command Quanta. So what I'll do is I'll have a link to the Barbatarurus in the description over at Hobbylink Japan. I'll also have the other Gundam Breaker Battlogue kits as well, so feel free to have a look. Can't confirm the current status of their stock inventory. I haven't looked in a little while, so they could be available, they could be on back order. But for me, fulfillment's great. Pricing is very reliable, so I leave that up to you if this strikes your fancy. So that'll be at Hobbylink Japan. As I said, links in the description for you to look at later on. Anyway, for the actual Barbatarurus, so here we have the Gundam Barbatarurus front of the box with a very imposing look of this hybrid Barbatos inspired kit. So front of the box, very nice artwork. In terms of the bottom of the box, there we have the rear and the front of the Barbatarurus. We have the tail blade and some of the other weapons that will be included. A bit of a blurb about the Barbatarurus being a customization of the Gundam Barbatos. There's a bit of blurb information there, and then some of the action poses and things like that. So a very imposing looking kit. Very nice color scheme as well. Side of the box, nothing overly interesting. Other side of the box, nothing overly interesting either. Well, other than a copy of the front art. And here we have the introduction to Gundam Breaker Battlogue, which also has a parallel mobile game, which is quite fun. If you can get it, I would recommend giving it a shot, see how you like it. And over here we have a bit of a custom that's using parts of the back of the Command Quanta, legs of the Barbatarurus, arms of the Live Lance Haven, chest of the Helios, and the head of the Barbatarurus. Very nice indeed. In fact, it looks like it also has some... oh no, that is the backpack of the Quanta. So that's that. So that's the look of the box. In terms of what is inside the box, which I suspect will be a bit of a... not a mess, but an interesting mix. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 bags of runners. A lot of them will probably be functional duplicates on account of the legs. So yeah, should be a good amount of plastic in there. There'll be some stickers. I did see a PVC cable in there, so I will open up the bags and we will have a better look. Okay, so with everything out of the plastic bags, here we have the front of the manual for the Gundam Barbatarurus. So a repeat of the box art. Here we have the actual line art of the Barbatarurus, and I actually keep saying with all of them, the way they've done the line art here, absolutely amazing. Very nice looking. We have another blurb about the Barbatarurus, and some information about the quote-unquote the masked man. That's pretty cool. So a bit of information about him and the mobile suits on the back. So a bit of a rinse and repeat from the sides of the box. So the weapons, that's included, the twin blade, long sword, a tail blade, and I assume the Ruse Dainslev, which I do remember watching in the actual Battlogue, and yes, it definitely brought back memories back to IBO. And conveniently about IBO, so the Barbatarurus is based primarily off the Gundam Barbatarurus, but I just clued on to the fact that the Gundam Kimara's Trooper had that quadruped type of look about it. So there you go. Although the Barbatarurus probably does the quadruped look a lot better. So that's the front and the back in terms of inside. So we do have the parts list here. So there will be multiple A runners, a B, skipping a few letters off to F, 2 Gs, 2 sets of polycap stickers, and the PVC wire. So before we get too ingrained in the actual build, so that's just a repeat of what was at the top of the box, I believe it was, with that nice little custom Gundam with the various parts and how to connect them. That's pretty much a bit of everything from the existing 6 retail kits. In terms of the build, so build the body, the head, right arm and left arm, and we move into the feet, right leg and left leg, the waist, and then the hind legs, I dare say, and a bit of a repeat of some of the torso. So I will admit this will be very interesting to see how this comes about. So definitely a few steps involved just to build up that last hind section. So it is treated as a whole hind section. It's not broken up into back leg 1, back leg 2 and things like that. So yeah, that's a very interesting list of steps, a very comprehensive build for this one, and definitely worth the amount of plastic included. So once all of the hind section is done, you can attach it, and then after that you still have to go through the backpack, which is probably quite simple, and then the associated weapons that are included. So very much good value for money, I feel, with the amount of plastic and build time spent on the Barbatarurus. So that was a look at the manual. That was quite nifty. Now, because I did forget for the command Quanta, I won't do it again. Foil stickers for the Barbatarurus, so a very nice small sticker sheet given the amount of plastic included. So a lot of these are more for your general detailing of emblems and things like that. So obviously it's a bit of a carryover from the Barbatarurus, which is fine. So there's just some of those in various colours, which would be cool to see. Now, in terms of the runners, so I guess we'll start with part 1 of the A set. So there are a total of 4 A runners, all in that, I dare say, charcoal type black colour. So A1 is repeated twice, so there will be 2 A1s. So for purposes of having a look, so that's what to expect. It does say high grade 12144 IBO, so this is most likely just a carryover from the IBO series, as one would expect. So there's A1 over. And then there is A2, 2 A2s, except this A2 is just a small copy of that section of a larger A2. So I'll put that one to the side. and the rest of A2 consists of probably a lot of items that won't be included. So that looks like the majority of the mace and the sword that the Barbatarurus would have used in one of its variants. But I suspect those are X's. I wasn't actually paying attention to the manual. Yes, there you go. The A2, or two A2s, one being a smaller one in that black charcoaly type colour. Over to the B runner. So this will be a copy once again for our good friend Barbatarurus, except this is... It's like a grey, but it's kind of got like this weird purple tinge to it, which I wish I double checked the colour breakdown. Actually, might do that at the very end. That's all in the one colour, and yeah, it's... I'm not too sure how to describe the colour. I'll lean towards grey, but it does feel like it has a bit of a purple tint to it. So that's that B runner. Now skipping a few letters all the way to a F runner. So this is our first and only multicolour runner. So we have red, we've got that very dark grey bordering on black. We have a nice little translucent red here for a effect, and once again that greyish purple at the bottom for some other components. Now it doesn't have IBO written on it, so this could be exclusive to the Barbatarurus. It was first printed in 2021, so a very good assumption that it is exclusive to the Barbatarurus. So there's the F runner. Now we have two G runners, a G1 and a G2. And for the most part there's a lot of overlap except the very bottom. So the top components basically exact copies, whereas the bottom, so the bottom of G1 has a few pieces and the bottom of G2 has a few more pieces. And I dare say both of these are in surprising, I thought it was black from the look of the artwork, but the plastic has done them probably in a very dark blue, which obviously makes you wonder what the color accuracy is, but there's that. So G1, G2. We have two sets of color caps, PC002, so literally 2 copies worth. That's in grey. And I do recall seeing a few X's for some of those, which is to be expected. And lastly, a nice PVC wire, which I will make sure it doesn't get lost. And I believe that will be for the tail weapon. So that brings us to the end of the Barbatarurus unboxing. There's a good amount of plastic there, and before I forget, color guide at the very bottom. So yeah, that body part is a type of grey violet. So there you go. It is a bit of a grey, it is a bit of violet. The body is defined as a blue, so it's probably a very dark Prussian blue as opposed to black. And then you've got the red, the greys, the pink and the blues for other things. But yes, when you look at it, it does initially look like black, but then the more I look at it now that I know the color guide, it does look more of a dark blue. So yes, there we go, unboxing finished with a look at that color guide. Just to clarify a few things, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I will have links to the Barbatarurus as well as the rest of the Gundam Breaker series over at HobbyLink Japan for people to have a look at. So yes, if any of them strike your fancy, definitely have a look. Yeah, see how you go. Thank you very much for watching this video. Feel free to leave a like, a comment, subscribe if you wish to do so. All of this does help support the channel and I do greatly appreciate it. Extra content can also be found on my Instagram account, link below. Stay safe and take care, and I will catch you all in the next video. See ya.